Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Morning Meeting, where we try to help you get your livelihood in order so you can live the life you want. In today's murky world of social media, one of the big trends is groups in Facebook. How do we build an audience so we can get the massive organic ROI that we're all trying to find as business owners? So today, we are fortunate enough to have cnlueck. She is a community engagement strategist and an expert on everything that involves growing your group. Welcome, Ciara. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you.
So now tell us a little bit about what it is that you do and what actually got you interested in doing this type of work.
Well, honestly, I started working with local communities and organizations and businesses about 15, 20 years ago. When I was still a teenager, I was helping different local organizations kind of grow their community in the local area. And then before Facebook groups existed, there was a website called Cafe Mom. And on Cafe Mom, they actually did the groups and everything. And I started adminning in that. So that was like 12 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And so that's when I really got started on online group engagement. And then I really jumped into Facebook groups and helping other people about 2 years ago. And I've studied a lot of the algorithm stuff, and I follow the trends. And I actually am going to be looking up some new stuff this week because they've updated more stuff for groups. They're really doing a push right now for Facebook groups and Facebook group communities.
Yeah, that's I mean, at least I can openly admit it's a bit of a murky area for me. So what exactly is it that your method does to help improve businesses, like a small business? I'm out there, I'm trying to figure this out. How can coming to Ciara help me improve my ROI?
So let me give you an example, right? So have you ever seen Facebook groups and they're spammy, they're dead, or maybe like all you see is the admin posting all the time?
Yes.
And the admin posts are the only thing that gets engagement?
Yes, actually, I used to have a Facebook group that all three of those problems became relevant to me.
So what I really do and what I help with is I work on building a community around the brand and taking that brand, turning it into a movement so that people are actually showing up in the group and they're excited to be there. They're excited to raise their hand and say, oh my gosh, I want to buy that. And they actually start reaching out to the admin and the moderators, as opposed to the admin and moderators having to chase everyone down all the time. And so we work on building up the community in that way. We hack the algorithm for lack of a better term. I mean, we use the algorithm to your advantage. We use a movement behind it, because if you're not aware of, Tony Robbins talks about the 6 basic human needs. Have you heard of those before?
Yeah, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Yes.
Yeah, there's also that. There's also that. Yeah. But we're talking about people wanting love and connection, people wanting certainty, people wanting uncertainty, and the uncertainty that they want is like adventure. So they want some exciting changes and stuff like that. People want to have growth in their life. And so what we do is whatever somebody's brand is, we actually take that brand and we figure out what the movement behind the brand is. And we meet so many of those needs that people actually love being in the group. And the whole idea behind it is that the admin and moderators also love being in the group, because that's something that happens a lot, is people will get kind of overwhelmed with their time and having to come up with content all the time. And so I work to take that stress and pressure away and to let the admin and moderators kind of take a step back, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it sounds like it's an amazing service and an amazing course that you've created. So tell me, if anyone watching this right now, if they had just 1 to 2 main takeaways, what would you tell them what would you tell me, let's say, that would convince me to come and seek you out?
You want me to sell you? I don't know. I feel like what I said before is already really good.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about tips. Tips.
Tips. Okay. So one of the biggest things that I see a lot is I see people using their group as a funnel. And funnels
Mhm.
can be great if you want a flash in the pants kind of sale. So if you
Right.
want to launch something quickly and you want to be done with it, there's actually 4 different group types that I've identified just from working with Facebook groups for so long. And
Right.
that's something I want to offer to your audience for free. So if they want that, they can reach out and comment down below. They can, if they share this and somebody reaches out to you, you just let me know and I'll get that sent over to them. But that
Fantastic.
being said, the 4 different group types, I often see people creating these launch groups that are just kind of a flash in the pants thing. So all these people come in really, really quickly, but then the
Mhm.
group dies very quickly as well. And
Yes.
so I work with both brand new groups that don't even exist yet, and we create a group from scratch. And then I also work with people where we're raising that group from the dead. And so one of my current clients, his group had about 1,500 people in it. But nobody was active. And in the last month, we've grown to now, he's been implementing stuff slowly over time. I think in his first, I call it the C5 strategy.
Mhm.
And the C5 strategy, we go through the first one, the second one, the third one. It's the first 3 are really the foundation for a highly engaged group. So the first
Right.
one is to clarify. And what we do is we work on the entire foundation of the group. We get all the logistical stuff set into place so that as people are coming in, they get a perfect first impression of the group.
Mhm.
And they also know how to engage. Like that's a really big deal. Most groups don't know how to engage.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and then the second one is where we create an entire quarterly plan of content so that it's really easy to follow along with. It's really easy to get content pushed out. And then the third one is to communicate. And when we communicate, we actually work on the relations strategy. So how people are interacting with each other, how the admin shows up in the group, because how the admin shows up is how everybody is going to show up. So
Um,
that is the basic foundation that we start with, and that really builds a highly engaged group. But what I've seen in a lot of the funnel groups is that, all these people, like I was saying before, all these people come in, they get started. The people who are, there's different kind of people who, like when they're shopping, there's the people who buy immediately when they see something that they
mhm.
want. There's the people who, they need to see a couple testimonials and then they'll buy. And then there's the people who really need time to research. My husband is one of those people.
I'm one
I'm
of
one of
those
the
people too.
people I'm one of the people that, like, if I know what I want, I just want to get it. I don't want to have to do research. I don't want to waste time. I want to get it done. So I'm one of the
Right.
early adopter kind of people. But
Ah,
what happens in those flash in the pants groups where it's just a funnel is they don't really serve the second 2 groups of people, like you said yourself.
mhm.
You're going to get dropped to the wayside in a group like that because they're not really there to serve and add value to you and give you a reason to keep showing back up in the group. They're just there to get those people who are ready to buy right now. And so
Yep.
that's why we want to create that engaged community so that people will actually stick around. And eventually, when they are ready, they reach out to you instead of you having to chase them down.
That makes
And
perfect sense.
I only mentioned the
Mhm.
first 3 parts of the strategy. So
Yeah. No, listen, anyone who's watching this and isn't already curious about the other 2 parts, it's their loss. I'll tell you, they really should. I can tell everybody watching this. I've had a number of conversations with Ciara, and she really knows her stuff. That's one thing. One thing I will highly recommend reaching out to her. The so that's great information though on your 5C strategy. At least the first 3 parts are very useful, and I can tell you I can see how it would work simply because you're right. I am one of those people myself, very guilty of it. I like to research. I like to really know that something's going to work before I go ahead and invest money into it. And a lot of these Facebook groups are just for that. I see people promoting them all the time. I'll teach you how to make a book launch group. Well, once your book is launched, you lose your client base, and then what? You're not selling them anything beyond that. And that's fantastic for flash in the pan, and that's it. All right. So is there anything else you would like? Share your website, share how to get a hold of you. Is the best way to get a hold of you through Facebook directly? What?
Yeah, so anyone who wants to get in touch with me can add me as a friend on Facebook right now. My friends list is not capped out, so
Mhm.
it might be soon, but right now it's not. So they can add me as a friend on Facebook or reach out on Facebook. And I will be creating a group within the next couple months that is going to be geared towards helping entrepreneurs and business coaches so that people can get connected. But the main goal of the group is so that people get connected with the information they need. So business coaches are going to be in there sharing information like what you're doing here today.
Mhm.
And so that's what the group is going to be for. It's just going to be to add value to people. And then also people can find me on LinkedIn, but I'm going to be real honest. I haven't done a whole lot on LinkedIn. So don't judge a book by its cover of LinkedIn.
All right. Fantastic. So thank you so much, Ciara, for coming on today. We really appreciate you taking your time to explain, what it is you do and how it is that you really help a small business owner grow their business. In today's world, as I said in the beginning, if you're not willing to dip your toe in and really figure out how to work social media, especially Facebook, and with the new developments that have come as of late with the groups, you're going to be left behind. So do yourself and do your business a favor and figure out what's going on. This has been the morning meeting where we help you get your livelihood in order so you can live the life you want. Thank you, and take care of each other.